Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to look at the Gladiator-class Star Destroyer expansion for Star Wars Armada. This is a Wave 1 ship. It's a bit smaller than your Victory-class Star Destroyer, but it's a great filler Star Destroyer if you happen to have, like a point limit that you're trying to observe, and you just can't fit another Victory in there. But this guy is cheaper, and you may be able to squeeze this guy in. So with that being said, I'm not going to cover the tokens and the command dials and all that jazz. Again, every expansion comes with those dials, and it's just monotonous to have to keep covering them over and over again. So I'm just going to cover the cards and the base, and with that said, let's get right to it. Okay, so here is your model. Sort of reminds me of the Enterprise from Captain Archer's ship with the sort of groove there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cross Star Trek and Star Wars. Don't beat me up or anything. Heaven forbid we embrace more than one sci-fi show. Anyway, the Gladiator-class Star Destroyer. Here we go. Still pretty cool looking, and of course the base. There we go. Nothing too fancy there. As far as your ship cards are concerned, let's go ahead and do another side-by-side comparison so we can see what we're getting into here. And, wow. I haven't looked at these before today. So, just in looking at this thing favors close range. Just in looking at this, look at those attack dice here. On both the 1 and 2, you've got black dice for the majority of them. For example, on the 1 over here, you've got 2 red die in the front. On the 2 over here, you've got 2 red die. You've got 1 red die in the rear over here, 1 red die in the rear over here. You've got 1 on the side, none over here. So, yeah, black dice all over the place. So this guy is going to want to get in close and do some serious damage. 5 hull points. The 1 has 1 anti-fighter defense die, or whatever they're called, and then this one has 2 over here, so this one's probably better in terms of anti-fighter defense. In terms of like raw stats, you've got 223 and 223, so same command squadron engineering point values. The shields aren't bad, 3 front, 2 on the side, and 1 on the rear. That's the same on both ships. And it looks like the maneuvers are the same. It can go up to speed 3. Defense tokens look like they're the same. You've got 1 evade, 1 brace, and 1 redirect. The point values aren't really all that different. You've got 62 compared to 56 down here. Upgrade cards. Okay, Admiral Screed. Once per activation, when a friendly ship is attacking, it may spend 1 die to change a die to a face with a crit icon. So great for attacking. Again, this is sort of like a fleet commander that buffs the entire fleet. That has a cost of 26 points. Admiral Sharun, I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Squadrons. Squadrons that you activate can move even if they are engaged. When an engaged squadron moves in this way, treat it as having a printed speed of 2. That has a cost of 10 points. Weapons Liaison, I've already covered this in previous videos. I'm going to actually skip that. Sensor Team, while attacking, you may exhaust this card and spend 1 die to change 1 of your dice to a face with an accuracy icon. That is a cost of 5. Nav Team, again, I think this is a repeat number of times, so I'm going to skip that. Engine Techs, also a repeat, but I'll cover it anyway because I don't remember it too often. Navigate. After you execute a maneuver, you may exhaust this card to execute a 1-speed maneuver. That has a cost of 8. Expanded Launchers. This looks new. Modification. The battery armament for your front hull zone is increased by 2 black dice. Holy cow. Whew, cost of 13. Alright. This thing's going to be a beast up close. Assault concussion missiles, black critical. Each hull zone adjacent to the defending hull zone suffers 1 damage. It has a cost of 7. Demolisher. During your activation, you can perform 1 of your attacks after you execute a maneuver. Normally, you'd have to shoot first, then move, but this title here sort of reverses that. Cost of 10. And the Insidious. The black dice in your battery armament can be used at medium range. This effect applies only while attacking the rear hull zone of a ship. That has a cost of 3 points. So there's a way around that whole black dice issue, but still. This ship seems to be like a shotgun. You know, when you think about like a zombie apocalypse and all the weapons you'd use, this is the shotgun. This is the up close and personal weapon of choice in order to really blow holes into your opponent. So, pretty interesting ship. Alright, there you have it. A quick look at the Gladiator-class Star Destroyer expansion for Star Wars Armada. Like I said, it's a great close-range ship, great for blowing holes in your opponent, especially if you got those concussion missiles equipped. But, there are two other expansions that I have yet to go over. That's the X-Wing, or the Rebel Fighters and the Imperial Fighters, but they take forever to assemble. I don't have them done yet, so this is going to be my last video for today. But keep an eye out for those other two videos. I'm sure I'll have them up hopefully within a week or so. So with that being said, if you haven't already, subscribed to my YouTube channel. That way you can keep up to date with any new content I happen to publish. And of course, I have an official website, www.dadsgamingaddiction.com. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.